Okay, what we're going to do, what we're going to use is I did two things this week. Is I pulled two of them home. I pulled that clunker home, and I pulled another one. But the second one I pulled had a complete motor in it running, knocks like a sledgehammer, but it had that brand new Holley carburetor sitting on top of it. So we're going to take this carburetor with some fuel line and a good old fashioned Ford clacker fuel pump, and with a jug of gas, and we're gonna see if we can get this to work. Now that spacer was on that second one I brought home, and this was originally a choke carburetor, but I'm old school, so all the choke stuff came off, and so she's just open-ended, no choke, 600 Holley, and we're going to use that battery and see if we can get this thing run. Okay, picture this. This is how I got this. Picture that, but a bale of hay. When I got this thing, it was that deep in hay, just shoved everywhere. So taking the front end of this, because you can still see there's some remnants back there. There was a critter living in here. But the funny part is that most of the wiring is intact. So it was some kind of critter. I don't think it was mice, because mice would have chewed everything up. But I do have one wire here. This one wire I'm going to have to strip and splice together real quick. Just get it done. But we're going to put spacer on it, carburetor on it. I got an old box of spark plug wires, and let's see if we can get this thing to fire off, because it still got the spark plugs in it. So I'm just going to see if it'll fire, and if it runs good and it's smooth, we're going to change the oil, which, yeah, by the way, it has oil in it. So let's see what we can do with this thing. Got our top dead center verified. The rotor cap is at number 1. So we're going to got the plate on, got the connection fixed. So let me dig the box of spark plug wires out, and we'll get this wired up and throw a carburetor on it. Okay, plug wires are on. I had to go find one. I was missing one. Adapter plate is on for the carburetor. Okay, carburetor's on, and I've blocked off all the vacuums, top and bottom, and she's bolted on. So I made sure there wasn't anything going to suck in the air, and see if she still got a little bit of. She has some fuel left in her. Okay, but we're going to hook up a fuel source to this, and then hook up the battery, and then we should be pretty close. Is it just me, or is there something about the motor sitting in the engine bay you're about to fire off that kind of exciting? It's a lot of fun. And this is all we're going to use. I'm going to use a 20-volt battery from my drill to power this. It just uses a suction, put a little filter in front of it, and just get some fuel in those bowls. So we'll see if we'll fire this thing off. All right, I got 10 foot of line coming to the flowing in and out. This is outside, and I have my 20-volt battery because there's a positive and negative on this. And let's see if we get some fuel. All right, we'll fill her with some gas. Oh, okay, got fuel. So now we need to hook up the battery and then hit the key. Okay, first try didn't work. I couldn't quite get her to hit. It would hit and just barely start and barely run, and then it would shut itself off. So what I figured out was that this thing was not pushing enough volume for the carburetor. So we shit canned that. When I first started it, it puked fuel at me, so I figured that fuel pump is still working. So I run the fuel pump to the gas can, and just run the filter up there. And so I wanted enough pressure for it to run. And I did have to fix I just put that together real quick. I did put a new rotor bug in it because rotor bug was just garbage. It was gone. And again, the cheap spark plug wires, I just verified. I stuck my finger in the hole and waited for pressure out. Double checked it with the timing mark and figured out that I was about 30 degrees off. So I just spun her around about 30 degrees and let's see if she hits. I don't want you to cringe because that starter is way out. So it grinds terrible. So here we go. Help if I turn the ignition switch on. And you know, I just got to wire it up to a start. So I could get in and do it by myself. So don't gripe at me about the grinding. See? Bad. Yeah, I think we're good. No, I'm not going to run her very long, you know, because I don't have no cooling system on it. But this is, I just yanked this thing out of a field. And I have a little bit of smoke, but now I tried to put it in gear and I checked the stick. There isn't a lot of fluid in it, but I'm going to leave it alone because I have that one already built back there, ready to go. So I think we got a winner winner chicken dinner. But yeah, no, we're good. Yep. No clatter, no nothing, no runs, no leaks, no errors. Now that carburetor is off of that green truck that's sitting on the trailer. Now I pulled that one out of the weeds too because it had more parts on it that I needed. So, but that one ran, but knocks like a sledgehammer. So that motor, I don't know if it's good. This one, I mean, that's pretty smooth. A decent tune-up, get the timing right. Because this is just, I didn't use the timing light or nothing on this. I just got some fuel to it. I knew that carburetor worked because it was running on that other truck. Put some just old junk spark plug wires back on it because the rats had ate the rest of them. And really, you can't complain. Now, I don't know if you noticed, it is shooting out training fluid. So even though they cut them, so at least I know the pump on the transmission is working, but I don't know until we get it out. But I can't complain. So this is coming out as one piece. The motor and transmission is coming out together, and we might throw a little bit of cam in it, put an intake on it, put some headers on it, but that's for another day. But that just goes to prove that if you can pull them out of the weeds and they still might be good. They might have been parked for a reason. I don't know what, but it doesn't knock. It runs smooth. I can't really complain. So if you're still here, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that button. Smash that like button. Hit that bell. Subscribe if you want to. Tell your friends. Tell everybody. Come back next week because now that I know it's running, I'm going to be pulling this thing. And we might make a video of that. And we're going to drop it on the floor. We'll clean it up. Or I might just push it out in the yard and just spray it down with degreaser and clean it up this way. Either way, she's coming out one piece.